Hello students, welcome back. So in this session, we are going to be talking about how you can update your rows and columns in Pandas data frame. So let's get started. First thing you want to make sure is that you do have Pandas on your computer. So run this command, and if you have Pandas installed, this is the message you are going to receive. Otherwise, it will take you maybe 4 to 5 minutes before the Pandas gets installed. All right, next step. Let's import our Pandas. And let me create few cells. Actually, let me create quite a few cells. All right. I import my pandas as a PD, creating an alias. Okay. And then, oops, let me come over here. Let me run this. All right. And then make sure that you have data.csv file. Now, this file should be in the same directory where you are stored, where you have stored this notebook in. And by the way, you can access this file directly straight from the website where you got this particular notebook. Okay, now let's make some options. Let's just fix some options. This will actually allow me to print my data frame in one single line. So this way my data frame does not get moved to the next line. Otherwise it gets wrapped to the next line. So it can be a little bit inconvenience. So I'm just putting this option over here. So if I were you, try to disable this option and try to work without that, and maybe this will give you an idea what this is doing. All right, let's try to access few columns. Let me create some more cells. Okay, so I have this data file, data.csv, and I run this, and I read my CSV file, data file, and I print my df. It prints out my df right here. Okay, and then I print my hashtag so I can separate one output from the other. Prints out my hashtag. Now I want to print the column names. Okay, I want to see the names of my column, and the way you see the names of the column is use this command df.columns.list to list, and then I store the value in names of the column, and I print my name of the column, and it prints out all the name of my columns. Okay, these are my names of the column: name, age, city, experienced, experience 2, salary, passport, bonus, hours. All the names are displayed over here. Sometimes you have to access, sometimes you need for some reason you may actually need to know the name of the columns. You may want to print that. Now I want to access data for only one column. I don't want access to all the columns. I just want only one column. Let's say I want access for data only for age, just this value right here. Okay, I just want to access data for age, which is this one right here. So the way you do, you say age equal to df, and you can access, you can actually get that column df single quote age, and the name of the column over here, age. Okay, so this is the age, and I'm storing that in the variable age, and then I print my age, and I'm also printing the type of age, like what type of that is. And as you can see, when I print this, it gives me my age. This right here, all this thing is right the age. And I'm also seeing what type that is. What is the type of my age? It is series. Okay, it's a Pandas series. You can also access this age column by using this convention. So you may find some in some textbooks where they actually access the name of the column by typing df.age. Okay, so this is going to work too. All right, same thing. It's going to work. I prefer the first one. I prefer this one over this. All right. The reason I prefer is because what if there is some space in between? Okay, there could be a space over here. Okay, then it could be a little tricky. So that's why I prefer this. Okay, now I want to access a data frame for two columns, not for one column, but for two columns. I can do that too. So same thing. I print my df first. This is my data frame right here. Okay. Then I print my hashtag. Prints my hashtag. Now I want to access only name and city. I want to access only name and city. So this one. Okay, and I want to access data for only this one. That's it. So my data frame, I just want these two columns. That's it. And the way you do, you say df temp equal to df, open the square bracket, and inside square bracket another square bracket. There has to be two square bracket, and inside you type the name of all the columns, name comma city, and I print my df, and it prints out my name and city right there. Okay, by the way, these things are called indexes. Okay, these are just indexes. Pandas automatically creates it for you. Now I want to add a row. You can add rows, you can add columns, you can remove rows, you can remove columns, you can do a lot of things with pandas. So now I want to add a row. So let's run this. So first I read my CSV file, same file, data.csv, and I print my df. It prints out my df. Same data frame, nothing changed over here, okay? Same, exactly same. All right, then I want to print my hashtag. I print my hashtag, and then I want to add a record. And I want to add a record called Kim29 Tokyo 446700 M33090. So make sure that this value, whatever this is, this value, the number of values in there should be same as the number of columns that you have. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 columns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 9 columns. If there are 9 columns, make sure this data is 9 in, okay? And the value and the type of this data should match with the data type over here. If not, you're gonna get an error. Now what I'm doing, I'm saying df.location.log length df, meaning the length of my df. So in this case, my length is 11. So it's gonna do 11 equal to, and then I'm entering a value in there. I'm adding a row. This is the row I'm adding. And as you can see, this is the one that's got added right there. That's the value I just got added. Now, on the other hand, if I run the same command like this, Kim29 Tokyo 44 and M33, this is going to give me an error because 0 and 90, okay, is actually, if you count the number of entries, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are only 7 entries. This requires 9 entries. So it's missing 2 entries. So that's why it will throw an error. So that's an incorrect. Okay, next. Let's drop 2 rows. Maybe sometime you want to delete a row. Okay, you want to drop a row. You can do that too. So let's drop 2 rows based on the index. I want to drop row with index 2 and row with index 11. In other words, I want to drop this row with index 2, which is this right here, and I want to drop this row with index 11. Okay, so the way you do, you type df.drop and then open the parenthesis and then square bracket, you type 2 comma 11 comma, and that's it, and you print your df. Now if I run this, as you can see, your 2 is gone. You see that? Charlie is gone. That's your row index 2. You don't see row index 2 over here. And likewise, row index 11 is gone too. You see that? This row index 11 Kim29 Tokyo 44 is gone. You don't see that over here. This is how you can drop rows. Now let's create a new column. So I want to create a new column. Let me create some more cells. So I want to create a new column called company. And I want to give this all the values inside company with same values. So the way you do, you say df square bracket and the name of the column, which is company, equal to, I'm just calling it Lucent Shamblodia Technology. You can call anything you want, but I'm just calling some values over here. And after that, I print my df. Now, after I print my df, as you can see, it actually prints it over here. Now, let's come back on the top. You remember this option I just showed you a minute ago, right here, this option. This is the option that allows you to print your data in one single row. Now, if you look over here, my data is too big. It's not printing in one single row. So I can override that. Come over here, copy and paste that option. Okay, run this cell. And now you run this cell. And now you can see your data is in one single row right there. Okay, so that's what this does. Okay, so as you can see, my column is created. Company column is created, right? Company column is created right there, and all the values are same. Okay, all right. Now let's drop two columns that we do not need. Those are company and experience 2. Come down and let's drop two columns. The columns are company and exp2, experience 2. This value, this particular column is exactly same as this. Okay, and this column I just created. I don't want this column and I don't want this column. I want to drop them. So you can drop them by running this df.drop and type columns equal to and the name of the columns, and you want to say in place equal to true. In place equal to true means you can drop it on in the same data frame. You don't have to create a copy of that. That's what your in place equal to true means. Okay, so I print my data frame first. It prints out my value right there. This is my original data frame, and then I'm dropping my columns, and after that I'm printing it again. And as you can see, this company column is gone. You don't see that anymore. And also your experience 2 is no longer there. It's over here, but you like over here you don't see the experience, and company column is gone. So this is after dropping my columns. Let's replace values of a column city. So let's say I have some columns, some values inside the column that I don't want. So let's look at some example. So I have Los Angeles, right? There's a Los Angeles right here. I don't want Los Angeles. I want it to be LA. San Diego, I want to call it SD. I want to replace that. You can do that too. The command is df dot replace, and then open the parenthesis, and then you type in a dictionary. In a dictionary, your key value. This is your old value, and this is going to be new value. So it's going to take the old value and replace with the new value. And as you can see, your LA, SD, SD, SD. San Diego is gone. Okay, as San Diego is gone now. Okay, and it's replaced with SD now. So this way you can replace every single value. Okay, all right. Now let's say you want to create a column. Okay, by adding other columns, you can do that too. So now I want to create a new column. I want to create a column by adding values from two columns. So in this case, I want to say my total salary equal to salary plus bonus. So I have a salary column right here. Okay, and then I have a bonus right there. So my total salary is going to be salary plus the bonus right here. So let's run that. And if you come down, I wrote df total salary in a square bracket, by the way, equal to salary plus df bonus. So what Pandas will do, if this column does not exist, it's going to create it. It's going to create this new column for you. And as you can see, it created my total salary. And total salary is salary plus bonus. So 70,000 plus bonus 1,000. Okay, 71,000. For Bob, salary is 80,000. Bonus is 3,000. The total salary is 83,000. So this way it's able to create your a column. So each column value is basically coming from the corresponding corresponding columns from the same row. Now let's create a column that shows 10% tax for each person. Okay. So in this case, I want to create a column called tax 10%. There you go, it got created. And this one would be total salary times 0.1 because that's your 10%. So 10% of this, I want to create another column that's going to show me the 10% of this. So in this case, total salary is 71,000. The tax 10% of that is 7,100. Total salary is 83,000 and the 10% is 8,300, and so on and so forth. So this way I'm able to create another column by multiplying by an existing column, okay, by multiplying by a number with an existing column. Now let's create a column that shows total salary. Oh, let me just copy this. Let me create some more cells. So let's create a column that shows total salary plus festival bonus of 1,000 that is awarded to each person. Okay, So the way I do, I say df total salary bonus equal to df total salary, okay, which is right there, total salary, plus I'm giving 1000 to every single person over here. So 71,000 plus 1000 is 72,000. Okay, 83,000 plus 1000 is 84,000. So I'm basically adding, I'm giving everybody a festival bonus of 1,000 rupees. And this is what's going on over here. Next one. Let's create a column that shows salary per hours for each person. Okay, so this one will show you the salary per hour. So the way you do, you say df total salary divided by df hours. So in this case, the salary per hour would be the total salary, which is this right there, divided by the total by the hours, 100. So 71,000 divided by 100 will be 710. That's his salary rate per hour. Total salary is 83,000. His total hours is 150. So 83,000 divided by 150 is 553.3. Likewise, total salary divided by 100 is 970. So this way you can calculate total salary, salary per hour. So you can do division. I showed you can do division. You can do addition. You can do multiplication. You can do addition of two columns. Okay, and so on and so forth. All right, thank you.